Good morning everybody, my name is Paul. I work for a company called Micrographics. We're an Autodesk reseller and also a partner with Lumion. And this morning's video, I'd like to focus on a very interesting and useful concept called photo matching in Lumion. In the past I had to do a project, unfortunately, which I can't share with you, where I had to do a model and put it in context of an existing photograph, and of course it's in perspective, so it's difficult to get the positioning of the model correct as well as where the person is standing. So photo matching is all about that. How do we go about that? Well, first you need a model. The model that we're just going to work with is just a simple little model. We're just going to place one of them. There we can see there's a simplistic model that we can bring in. This has a topography, unfortunately, but that will not stop us from working with the project. It will at least show the house or the, let's do this one. There we go. Alright, so there is the model. We will manipulate the model so that we can just lift it up a little bit. Pretty simple. There's our axis. We lift that up a little bit and bring it up. Alright, so how photo matching works is it works on the assumption that you are in a photo. So in Lumion it's easy to take a photograph. I'm going to use this top corner of the house, this little corner. I'm going to use that as a reference. That corner of the house right over there, that's going to be the corner that we are going to work with. Alright, so I'm happy with this. Let's take a photograph. I click on there with a camera, and then it's as easy as storing the photograph position like that. What we'd like to add now is a special effect or an FX, and specifically if we look under the architectural tab, there we find the photo matching. And so what photo matching is allowing us to do is to add the photograph. I'm going to load an image. I loaded this image off the internet. As you can see, it's a backdrop somewhere in the mountains. Lots of such opportunities in South Africa. And what are we seeing over here? We are seeing a cube. And on that cube, we've got a reference point. And we've got an X1, an X2, a Z1, and a Z2. So what we need to do is we need to match the perspective on this photograph to the model. Right, so if I take that as being the reference point, I can drag that onto a corner over here. I'm going to try and use long distances, so I'm kind of interpreting over here to just underneath the eave of the roof, which is about there. And then I'm going to do my best to interpret this. So there's the one eave there. That we want to take onto the reference point around about there. Kind of looks right. Put this down there. And you'll see how the cube is reoriented as we move that around. There we go. It kind of gives us an opportunity to see how that cube is oriented. you can see that you can also orientate that in a different direction. And then you can also interpret the grids if you want to see the grids. It's the front grid. There's the cube. And you kind of have to play with that until you get the perspective right. And have a look at the planes again. It's not perfect. You can obviously spend some more time trying to get that perfect. That is close, but not yet. I'd say about there. Alright. And then what we need to do is we need to match that. We need to match that to a reference point within our model. So we say place reference point. That brings us into our model. Now I'm going to select the corner of the house over there as the reference point. And then you can see how it now brings the model in. And if I accept that, then we can see the model in perspective view with the image background. And if you have a real photograph in the background, let's suppose in South Africa you're doing a wine farm for a wine farmer in Stellenbosch, somebody in Cape Town, it's very difficult to get the environment exactly the same, then the photograph might be one of your best options, and that could then be the solution for you. So if you have the real world context in a photograph, put it in as a photo backdrop like this, do photo matching, you get the perspective right, then your model is going to look great. I hope you've enjoyed the short demonstration. Remember, Lumion 24 is out. I'm going to be investigating that and doing some videos on that in the future. And until next time, enjoy your modeling. Bye now.